All right, y'all, so welcome back to another one. So this is a video that I have actually been looking forward to now since November. This is the second week of January, and finally here, right? All right, so title of the video, I'm making the switch to lithium, right? Here's my justification. So anyway, many of you guys know I built this boat. Now I run, and I'll show you guys in a second, but I run a lot of electronics off this boat. It takes a lot of juice to run this boat. I've got 4 graphs in this boat. I've got a big motor, bilge pumps, stereos, everything, right? Run a lot of power, and I built this boat in 2018. March of 2018 is whenever I bought all the batteries in this boat. Currently I'm running 5 lead acid batteries in this boat. I'm running 2 off the back. I've got the big motor there, and a couple of depth finders that requires 2 batteries. And then I'm running the rest of my boat off of 3 lead acid batteries that I'm sitting on right here. And basically what that does is I've got the big 36 volt trolling motor, and then what I've done is I've actually taken a reducer, voltage reducer, and I'm breaking it down and then dividing it throughout the rest of the boat. March 2018 is whenever I bought these batteries. In November, we went down to Lake Fork for a tournament down there. 2 different days, my boat did not make it through the day. One of those being on tournament day, we had to quit an hour early due to the fact my batteries were dead. They were depleted. I have used up batteries in 2 years. Brought them home, they all tested bad. Piston matches aside, they are never start batteries. But anyway, you know, I still really don't think it's that big of a deal for brand. I know there's going to be guys out there that say, oh, I've had an interstate battery in my boat for 17 years and it's great. You know, well, I've ran them all. I've ran a lot of the brands. I really don't see a difference. Lead batteries just don't last that long, especially whenever you're putting huge loads on them like I'm doing. I'm running the Garmin Live Scope, you know, a Humminbird Helix. I'm running a trolling motor. I'm running a lot. So anyway, we went with lithium. 2 tournaments, these batteries have failed me. They had me quit early. I'm not having that happen again. So I went with lithium. I went with the Dakota lithium battery. Why Dakota lithium? Well, plain and simple, guys. I'm a cheap ass, and I was able to stack a whole bunch of promo codes, get discounts for you know, pre-order, different things like that. Now, the biggest thing with lithium, obviously not all lithium batteries are created equal. You want here, which is this Life PO4. That's what you want. That's what you're looking for in a lithium battery. Other than that, I really have not found in my research a whole lot of difference. So I went to Dakota Lithium because I ended up stacking up all these promo codes. I basically got this battery for free. Now, we've got a giant battery here, as you can see. It looks like a tractor battery. This is a 36 volt, 63 amp hour battery. This is going to be my new dedicated battery for my trolling motor. We're gonna take the little battery here, we're gonna run the rest of this stuff off. And as you can see here, we've got some Milwaukee batteries. I have a lot of tools. I've been wanting to do this for a while now. I'm going to change my whole live scope setup and my whole Garmin setup in this boat over to these Milwaukee batteries. I'm gonna use some adapters here that I got off of eBay. Garmin products will run up to like 32 volts for their head units and 36 on the black boxes. So we shouldn't have an issue there. Quick little snap on, snap off. This is a 18 volt, which will run 20 volt basically. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna drop my amps way down. I should be able to get all day out of these batteries. If not, I've got a ton of Milwaukee tools. I got a ton of batteries. That's the system, guys. That's what we're doing. I'll show you what I had, and then we'll install this because I am super excited. I have been limping along for the last almost 2 months with crappy batteries, knowing that I bought these. All right, so obviously, if you've priced lithium batteries, you know that they are outrageously priced compared to your normal lead acid batteries. You know, they're priced high. I will say that. But that being said, you get the lithium advantage, right? Which is that you don't get that drop curve, you know, that reducing curve of voltage. This is just like a drill battery. You know, it's gonna go all out until the very end, right? Weight is another issue. Obviously in my barge, my big boat here, weight is not an issue, but I will say the 136 volt battery weighs less than one of my lead acid batteries, and I've got 3 of them. I'm actually going to be saving about 170 pounds out of this boat by changing over to lithium. So weight to concern. Also longevity. Obviously I burned up 3 batteries in not quite 2 years. And they're done, right? And I'm gonna continue to do that, right? That's how I could justify these lithiums. Buy once, cry once. Basically, more or less, if I can get 6 years out of this battery, it will pay for itself. And I see no reason why I can't get the 6 years out of this this lithium battery. That's my justification. Not that I have to justify it to you guys, but that's how I justified it. But yeah, they are expensive. But with that being said, I've owned a lot of batteries in my life, and I'm finally ready to jump up to the lithium. So we're going from 3 to 4, but it should be better. I'm leaving the 2 back ones in the back for the motor. Can't afford that yet. Maybe someday. All right, so here's my current setup. As you can see, so I've got three never starts in here. They were all bought brand new. And what are they? They're 114 amp hours batteries. They will test bad. Load test. I used them up. So I've got them wired up here for my 36 volt trolling motor. And then right down here, you guys probably can't see that. But right down here, I've got wired in a voltage reducer. It's taking 36 volts and it's taking it down to 12 volts. And this is what's feeding essentially the rest of my boat. So I've got a lot of draw, coming from these 3 batteries. The live scope itself has a huge draw at 12 volts. So hopefully we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get all these batteries out of here. Hopefully get the new batteries all situated, wired in. And hopefully we are going to be able to run a long time. All right, so deciding factor on why I chose what I did. Obviously, you can get 100 amp batteries, you can get all sorts of batteries. This was kind of that happy medium. So hear me out, guys. I wanted a battery system that I could fish with all day. That's all I wanted, was to fish all day. I'm not one of those guys, oh, I can go 3-4 days on my batteries. I don't care about that, right? If we go somewhere where I don't have power, I have a little bitty generator, I can plug the boat in. If not, what's it matter to plug the boat in every day, right? I don't need to be able to go a week. I just need to be able to get through a day. 12 to 14 hours, that's what I want to do. In the wintertime, we don't even have 12 hours of daylight, right? So if I can get 12 hours out of my live scope, that's fine. In the summertime, I need to be able to get 12 to 14 hours out of my trolling motor. So rather than spending the extra money on the 100 amp hour batteries, I went with the 63 amp. It should do just fine. Same way with this 23 amp hour battery. Like I said, it should do everything I need to run live wells, bilge pumps, whatever. So anyway, that's how I went. That's my mindset going into it. I just wanted to get through a day. I don't need to get through 4 or 5 days, 2-3 days. I just need to get through one hard day of fishing. That's going to be my maximum load. So anyway, that's why I went with 63 amp over the over like say 300 amp hour batteries. If they were the same price, I definitely would have done it, but they're not the same price. It's a big jump to those 100 amp hour batteries, and I just don't think I need it. Time will tell. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I screwed up, but I don't think I need it. So anyway, get to installing. We gotta do some work because this is a custom boat. All right, so jump forward to the, this is the first week of March now. So I've been running these batteries now, for over a month now. And I'll show you the install real quick, but I'll just kind of give you my review first. So anyway, I've got nothing but good things to say so far about the performance of how I've got set up. I've been doing a lot of crappie fishing lately. My style of crappie fishing is a lot of running around, chasing around fish. The trolling motor has been doing great. I've been having I feel like I have lots of power, maybe even more. As far as switching over the whole live scope system to the Milwaukee batteries, I'm very, very impressed. I can get through an entire day. We're about to have a time change where we can actually have more daylight. But so far, I start my day off just a hair over 20 volts, and you know, a good 6-7 hour day, and I'm down to about that 18 volt mark. So very impressed with the Milwaukee, the 12 amp hour, the 12 volt batteries. Very happy with how that's all working. Like I said, the 23 amp hour battery, to run everything else, I've had no issues to run bilge pump, live wells, you know, all my other stuff. It's all kept up, right? So anyway, I'll show you my setup here, because you know what I created by doing this was I had everything just tied into one onboard Minn Kota precision charger. So I did create myself, or I did put myself in a little bit of a situation where now I actually have to come in and I have to take my Milwaukee batteries out. But I'll get the camera up closer, and then I'll kind of show you what I've got, because I want to show you my my box that I made for the chargers as well, because you know, I had to do something funky there too. All right, so here you can see everything I've got set up. As you saw before, I had the three lead acids. I got the big 36 volt in here. Had to do a little fabricating to get everything to fit, but no big deal. So anyway, this is my setup now. I wanted to show you the box. So what I ended up doing with the chargers, obviously I now have two chargers. I have one for the 36 volt battery, and then I have one for the 23 amp hour battery. And they're not really like waterproof, not like the Precision was. And so just for my peace of mind, I ended up, and I went and got an ammo box. You know, it's got a rubber gasket around it, so at least water falling on top, if it would happen to, you know, it'd keep these somewhat protected. Obviously, I've got it tucked down. I'll show you here. I actually tuck it down underneath the gunnel catwalk. So I mean, no water is really ever going to get to it. But anyway, I've just got that set up right there. You can see I brought all my cables in up high. And then I actually just took a grinder and made some air vents. So the 36 volt charger actually has a fan in it, you know, so we need some airflow. But yeah, pretty simple, straightforward here, as far as just closing it up. No big deal there. And like I said, you can see I'll now kind of tuck it all back in there. You know, and this is all situational to each particular install. Alright, so that's pretty much what it looks like there once it's all tucked away. You can see that box gets nice tucked away. Still very protected, but got all my chargers in there. So anyway, this is my setup now. These are 4 batteries. And like I said, as far as charging, I'll show you in a second, but I had my old Precision. I had just a plug on that back side. I added an additional one so I could plug in the charger for the 23 amp hour. So where I just come in here, and now I just, instead of one extension cord, I just plug in 2. So it's no big deal with that. You can see I've got it set up. The one nice thing about lithiums, you know, is you can mount them upside down, right side up, you know, whatever. It doesn't really matter. So I've got 23 amp here, strapped down in a battery box, and I've got my 2 12-ohs that I'm running my live scope off of sitting right next to it. And it's almost like a compression fit. It worked out real nice in a battery tray. So now whenever I come in from a day, you can see I left enough slack. You can see that battery there. I've still got 2 bars on it, and I fished about 7 hours. I just simply take that out. Very simple. And then I've actually just got 2 rapid chargers sitting on the wall right next to my extension cords to plug the rest of the boat in. It's the only difference. That's the only thing that I had to do extra. So now I take these and plug them in. You know, rinse and repeat for install, and they just set right nice and tight down in there. You know, that's pretty much it. Like I said, pretty clean install for what it is, and I'm very happy with the performance. So I've still got everything. Still got my 60 amp breaker for my trolling motor. You know, all my breakers and everything I just switched over. You know, I was able to eliminate the Precision charger, my 3-bank charger, and I was able to eliminate my voltage reducer, since I'm now running everything off of a dedicated 12 volt battery. Okay, so real quick here, these are the 2 plug ports that I have. They're just right here. Like I said, this is a custom built boat. I built this for me, so I mean, I've got my fuel tank and everything right here. Extension cords right off to the side. These are, I think they're called NOCO. They're a very high quality plug for what they are. They've actually got a pigtail behind it. It's not the stupid ones that you have to actually set in there. This is all built in, and it's got a pigtail that you actually plug in down below. I like them a lot better than like the Minn Kota ones. But anyway, I've got them set up right here, one for each. So that turned out real clean. Nice rubber gaskets. That's my install. All right, y'all, so that's about all I can say. You know, I've got a little over a month now on these batteries, but I wanted to get you guys a video out, kind of show you my thought process going into it, and just kind of, you know, tell you what I'm up to. You know, this summer will tell. As far as the big trolling motor battery, you know, I fish a lot on the Mississippi River. That's some real heavy current. So if we can get through a full day, you know, running at 6, 7, you know, I mean, whenever we go out there, it's not uncommon to have 5, 6+ mile an hour current on that river. So anyway, very excited to see how that comes out. I'm going to keep you guys up to date. You know, there's not a lot of information really out there. The lithium hasn't been out really long enough to have a good long-term kind of review. But, you know, so far, you know, I'm very impressed with my performance. I have no buyer's remorse so far. Like I said earlier, if I can get 6 years out of these batteries, they will actually pay for themselves. You know, aside from having to buy lead acid batteries every 2 years. So anyway, I know there wasn't any fishing in this video, guys, but like I said, this channel is all about it's all about everything that has to do with fishing. And you know, there's a lot that goes in kind of behind the scenes to make a good, successful fishing trip. And you know, this is just one of the things that I am doing to make myself more successful on the water. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button. It really helps me out. I'd love to hear you guys' experience. Do you guys have any experience with lithium batteries? Maybe the argument between, you know, lead acid or glass mat or lithium, whatever. I'd love to hear you guys' comments down below. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to sign off here. I'll leave you guys as always. I appreciate the view. We'll see y'all in the next one.